Hi, Ray here. I just had an opportunity to fix an old Sargent Lockset from a 1939 home. It's a pretty simple fix. If this is of interest to you, stick around. I'll take you through it step by step, how I got the lock back working, and it cost me very, very little. My daughter and son-in-law recently purchased a home built in 1939, and all of the doors had these kinds of lock sets from a company called Sargent. This particular door set has a problem with the door latch here. Doesn't come back out to catch the door when it closes. If I hold it upside down, you can see that it comes out there, but it's not going to stay out. Also, when you open this door, it should open and then spring back to a neutral position, and it's not doing that either. So I'm going to show you how I went about fixing that. So in this particular unit, there is one screw that holds the lock together. When you're taking this screw off, you want to be a little careful because there's some springs in there, and some of those springs might jump out and you might lose them. So just be a little careful when you're taking this apart. So the single screw comes out and the top comes off. Now on this particular unit, there's a piece right here. When the door knob is in there and it turns, what it's going to do is pull this back. And the first thing I had to figure out was why it was not returning to the neutral position. And it's because this piece right here should be under this little spring. So the first thing I had to do was reposition that spring underneath that little hook. And really all you have to do is reposition it out there and then bend it back in place so that it fits over this little corner right here. Oh, I missed it. I know I had it. Okay, now that's back in place where it should be. So now, when I move the door handle, you'll see that it's going to spring back into place because that spring right there is pulling it back. Okay, so that was the first thing to fix. The second thing I found was there was a spring right in here that holds this out. When it's not engaged, it pushes it back out. I found that spring was broken in half. This piece simply comes out. I was able to find a spring for this at a small hardware store, and the spring cost 74 cents. I had to cut it just a little bit shorter to fit, but that was pretty easy. I just nipped it off with a pair of clippers. So you put that spring in there, slide that back in where it's supposed to go. Then you just have to work that spring back down so it is flat and in line. Once that's down, you want to start putting things back together because you don't want that to pop out of place again. Simply put your cover back on. Put your screw on. Tighten it up a little bit. You put your door knob back on. Now you'll see that either way, it's turning that and it's popping back out the way it should. Also, you'll see that now the spring clip brings that back to neutral. So we re-engage that spring clip so it goes back to where it's supposed to go. So there's a simple little fix. This particular, you can replace this lock set for about $112 with a newer version of one. But you know, to me, that's not part of the original home. So I'd rather try to fix it if I could. Wound up only costing me 74 cents. It was pretty simple. These mechanisms are kind of neat the way they work, so they're interesting to take apart and learn a little something about them. But I couldn't be happier with the result. 74-cent fix, and I'll put that back on the door tomorrow. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have one of these lock sets, give it a try. Take it apart and see if you can fix it. If you can't, you haven't lost anything. It's broken anyway, right? So give it a shot. Again, I hope this was helpful. Please hit the like button if it was, and subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate you listening. Thank you.